Hello, guys. Hi there. Welcome to the first webinar of this week. Let's get to know each other. My name's Anita. I am a teacher at Study Academy, and also I am a curator of your group. So it means that today and during the whole course, I'm going to help you with all the questions you have about the grammar or vocabulary or about English in general. And today, during our webinar, I'm going to be your helper. We're going to work together and boost our English. But before we start, I have a question. How are you today? Send in the chat if you're doing great today. You can send number 1 if everything is fine, and number 2 if you think that this could be better. All right, so one more time. Number 1 if you think that you're doing great, and number 2 if you think that this could be better. I'm waiting for your chat replies. I'm gonna read them, so please be active. I hope that you're doing great today. But even if you're not, then I think that we can fix that. And you're going to feel a lot more better. So one more time, send 1 in the chat if you think that you're doing really great today. And send 2 in the chat if you're not so good today, if this could be better. So I'm waiting for your chat replies. I hope that you're doing great. Okay, then I think we can move on to the next thing and let's start. So as I've told you before, this is our first webinar. And let's see what you've learned this week. Present simple tense, you can see that here, and also the vocabulary about the city life, the words based on this city life, and how you can describe that city life. But before we start, let's check how attentive are you. Can you find the right shadow to the picture? Here is the picture of beautiful flowers and 4 shadows, A, B, C, and D. Send the letter of the right shadow. I'm waiting for this in the chat. It's A, B, C, or D. We still have some time. Let it be 1 minute. So 30 more seconds. It's time to find the right shadow. Right then, time is up, and we're going to check your um, answers at the end of our webinar. And now it's time for the grammar. It's time to revise the grammar and see what we have learned this week. And as I've told you before, this is the present simple tense. And today we're going to talk about its structure and also when we use this tense. So let's start with the information about how we can use it and when we can use it. You can see this information in the picture. Here are four options: habits, true in the present, general facts and truth, and also future timetables and schedules. Or, as you can say, schedules. Schedule and schedule, that's the same. But one option is American pronunciation and another one is British pronunciation. So, what does it mean? Habits. Habits, these are things that you do repeatedly and you repeat them every day. For example, what can it be? I always drink coffee at work. That's your habit. You have the word always and you repeat it every day. You go to work every day and you choose coffee instead of tea. And that's your habit. You don't change it. So, guys, what about you? Do you drink coffee or tea? You can comment in the chat and send the word tea or coffee, and we can see how many tea or coffee lovers we have. So, just send one word: tea or coffee. What you prefer? What is your habit to drink every day? All right, then. Another option. She gets up at 7 a.m. every day. That's a habit too, because she repeats that every day. And maybe she has to go to school or she has to go to work, and that's what she needs to repeat. That's why we can use it in the simple present tense. All right, then, please send in the chat what time you get up. For example, I get up at 8 a.m. Yeah, hello to those who have just joined. Hello, everybody. So, what time do you get up? What's your habit for this? Do you get up at 7 a.m. or maybe at 8? Or maybe you don't have school these days and you get up not so early, maybe 10 a.m. or maybe even or maybe even at 11 or and so on. All right. The next. They usually eat dinner at home. That's a habit too, because you they repeat this only at home and they eat only dinner, as we can see. So habits, things that you repeat, you always use in the present simple tense. All right, then, let's move to some other things. True facts in the present. What does it mean? Let's see. He works on Wall Street. Talking about this true fact and in the present, it means that he worked on Wall Street before, he works there now, and he will work there in the future. So it's his characteristic. All right. Next, she is 60 years old. Let's imagine that she turned 60 1 month ago. So she is 60 years old now, and for this year, she's going to be 62. So it's true fact about her in the present. And one more thing, we live in New York. We lived there before, and we are going to live there in the future. So that's true about us. So we use the present simple tense. Okay, what else? General facts and truth. Talking about this option, here we use the information that everybody knows and also the information that is usually a scientific fact. What can it be? The earth is not flat. Well, everybody knows that. You learn about this at school. And also, scientists have proved that this fact is true. So it's general facts, general truth. By the way, what is the shape of Earth? It's not flat. You can comment in the chat below what the shape of Earth is. I'm gonna show you like with my gestures, like a small hint. Send in the chat the word that describes the Earth. All right then, the next fact that we can have here, the sun rises in the east. Talking about this one, it's true too, because everybody knows this. And that's why we use it in the present simple tense. Water boils at 100 degrees by Celsius. That's a general fact because you know that, and you boil water every day, maybe to drink your tea or coffee, and so on. So that's why it's general fact and truth. All right, then. So this option is for present simple as well. Okay, let's move on. Future, timetables, and schedules or schedules. My train arrives tomorrow. Talking about this thing, um, you know the timetable of your train. And this timetable is repeated. Let it be maybe every day, or maybe every Friday, or every Monday. And you know about this timetable. That's why it's a repeated action. And you, even if it's not Friday for your train, you already know that it's going to arrive. So you know that that's a future timetable, and you use future simple present tense here. Or we fly to Paris on Monday. What about this one? You also know that on Monday you're going to go to Paris. And maybe you already have the tickets where you have this information, and then you're going to go there. So it's future, it's about future and present simple tense here. All right then, classes begin next week. The same thing here. Your teacher told you, and you know that somewhere in your diary, and you haven't started it yet, but you're going to have it in the future. So you use present simple tense here. All right, it's time to sum up everything. We use this present simple tense to talk about our habits, true facts in the present, general facts and truth, and future timetables and schedules or schedules. So, guys, send plus in the chat if you understand everything and all of these options are clear for you. By the way, if you have some grammar questions about the present simple tense, we're going to have a Q&A session a little bit later where you will have an opportunity to check everything and to ask me some questions. All right, then, it's time for the structure of the present simple tense. Here, as in all tenses, we have three forms of sentences. Affirmative, you can see it here, negative, and also interrogative or question form. Question form. And now let's see what these forms are. If you have some special pronouns such as I, you, we, and they, then you just simply add the verb, like live. You don't have any endings, you don't change the word. It was live, and then it's still live. I live, you live, we live, and they live. But at the same time, if you have the pronouns or the words, which person is he, she, or it, you need to add s ending or es ending. It depends on the word. So he, she, it, you add ending in the present simple tense. All right, then, the next, negative form. Negative form is used with some special words. They are called auxiliary verbs, and these words are, I'm going to highlight it a little bit, words like do and also does. And here, to make the negative form, you also need to add not. So it's not, do not, and also does not. Or short form, don't or doesn't. And you use these forms again according to your words. Like if you have I, you, we, and they, you use don't. I don't live, or we don't live, you don't live, they don't live. But if you have these words, he, she, and it, you need to use does not or doesn't. But pay attention to this, that you don't have any endings here. You had s ending with he, she, and it, but here you have no endings. It's just he doesn't live. You cannot say he doesn't lives. It's only he doesn't live. No ending here. One more time. Don't for I, you, we, and they, and doesn't for he, she, it. That was the negative form. And now it's time to talk about the interrogative form or question form. Here we also have some special words, our small helpers, if we can say so, do and does. But if you want to ask a question in the present simple, you need to put these words at the first place. So you remember that for I, you, we, and they, you have the word do. So you put it at the first place. Do I live? Or do you live? Do we live? And so on. And then if you have he, she, or it, then you need to add does. Does he live? Does she live? And also, does it live? And again, you have no endings here. It's just do and does and live. No endings there. And one more thing that you need to remember is that sometimes you can have some special question words such as what, when, where, and so on. And these words, they go before the auxiliary verbs do and does. So when you want to ask, like, when do you get up or where do you live, you have this question word at the first place, and then you put the word do or does. And then your other words like subject and also the verb. All right, then. So let's sum up everything. We have discussed what the options when we use the present simple tense are: habits, true facts in the present, general facts and truth, and also future timetables and schedules. And after that, we have the structure affirmative, negative, and also interrogative forms. And then everything depends on the person. If you have I, you, we, and they, you don't change the word. If it's he, she, or it, you have s ending. Negative form. Don't for I, you, we, they. Doesn't for he, she, it. And interrogative form, do goes to the first place with I, you, we, and they, and then does the same thing with he, she, and it. All right, then. Now it's time for our grammar professional task with Lisa Simpson. It's time for us to check how attentive you are and also how well you know the present simple tense. And here we are going to um, read the sentences and choose the correct options. Well, let's do the first thing together. Bob always drinks tea in the morning. We need to choose one option if it's drink or drinks. So please send in the chat your answer. If it's drink or drinks. If it's Bob, do we use drink or drinks? Write this in the chat. You have 30 seconds to think and write the number, one, and your answer. Don't write the whole sentence, just write drink or drinks. Right, I can see the first answer, Veronica. It's drink, and Vladislav, you think it drinks. Right then, let's check. Of course, it's drinks because Bob, it's he, and you remember that with he, she, and it, you have s ending. Bob drinks. All right then, let's move to number 2. What do or does she like or likes? Write number 2 and choose the correct answer. What do or does she like or likes? 10 more seconds to think and write your answers. Right, I can see the first answer from Vladislav. It's does and likes. Okay, but what other people think? Does and like from Veronica. All right then. And what is the correct answer? And that's does and like. My congratulations. You don't have likes as ending because it's a question. And in the question form, you only have does, but no endings here. So that's it. Okay, then, number 3. My sister don't or doesn't play tennis. My sister don't or doesn't play tennis. Number 3, and choose your answer. Don't or doesn't. My sister don't or doesn't play tennis. Let's see the correct answer here. And it's doesn't because sister is she. My sister doesn't play tennis. My congratulations to people who have this answer. All right, then. Number 4. They often visit or visits their grandparents at weekends. Choose what you think is correct. Visit or visits with 4. Some time for you to think and choose the correct answer. All right, guys, that's visit, of course. Those who have visit, well done. Because for the word they, you don't change the form of the word, you just leave it as it was before. Then, number 5, we sometimes go or goes to the ice rink. Number 5, choose the correct answer and write this in the chat. Go or goes to the ice rink. Okay, it's time to check. And it's go. Well done, everybody. Number 6, where do or does your parents come or comes from? Number 6, where do or does your parents come or comes from? Let's see your answers. Okay, then. Some of you think it's do or does. Let's see what's the correct answer. Where do your parents come from? So, Diana, I can see your first answer, and that's correct. Great. Number 7, do or does you want or wants to go home? We have only 2 sentences to finish this task. So let's do it. Do or does you want or wants to go home? Time to check. Do and want. Yay. Well done. And number 8, our final sentence. I don't or doesn't watch television after school. Waiting for your answers in the chat. Don't or doesn't watch television after school. So I'm going to go for countdown, like 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. It's time to check. I don't watch television after school. So yeah, we're real grammar professionals. We did it. And now, guys, you can send in the chat your results. Send in the chat how many correct answers you have out of 8. We had 8 in general. So how many do you have? Share your results with us. Write this number in the chat. All right then. So send your numbers in the chat. And now it's time for us to have our grammar Q&A session. What does it mean, Q&A session? These are questions and answers. It means that now you can ask any questions about the grammar, the present simple tense. You can ask me, and You can write in the chat these questions. Right, I can see your results. Vladislav has 7 correct answers. Very good. So cool. Veronica, 7 maybe. Nice result. Victoria, 8 correct answers. Well done. Good job. So, guys, send your questions if you have some about the grammar. And I'm going to answer these questions. Maybe how we use the present simple, or maybe the structure of this tense, or maybe some other questions about the grammar. Just go ahead. But if you don't have any questions, just send the message that you don't have questions, and then we can move on. So you can ask me now, or if you don't have questions, just simply write that you don't have questions. Okay, I'm waiting for your questions. Still there? If no questions, then just write that you don't have any questions. Don't have questions. Right, but what about other people? You don't have questions. Okay, then let's move on to our grammar part. And now it's time to check what if you remember the words. Look at the pictures and send your answers. Look at this picture, picture 1. I think I'm gonna write like 1. Then picture 2, picture 3, and picture 4. So send your ideas, what you think these words are. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm reading your replies. So what are the words? Skyscraper, 1. Uh-huh. Okay. What about next one? Number 2, 3, and 4. Oh, Kiev. Yeah, that's right that it's Kiev. But what is another word that for Ukraine, Kiev is what? I'm gonna give you a hint, like the main city of Ukraine. But how do we call this? All right then. Number 3, 4. I can see only 2. Passport, forest. Okay, but maybe some other words. Yeah, that's right. You can see the passport, you can see the forest here, but maybe some other words that you have learned from the videos with your homework. Tent. All right. Okay, it's time to open these cards and see what we have here. Right then, skyscraper. That's right. True. Everybody knows that. Then, capital. I gave you a small hint that Of course, it's Kiev. Maybe some of you live in Kiev. You can send plus in the chat if you live in Kiev. And then, yeah, the main city, Kiev or capital. Then, of course, you can see the tent. You can see the forest there, but you can also say that it's outdoors. And number 4, finally, of course, this can be passport, or maybe this can be the resident of a country, but we also have like the word self-confident here. So yeah, okay then. The next task for our vocabulary professionals: skyscraper, resident, outdoors, and capital, local, metropolis, tower, open air. Now, guys, you need to match the words here for the synonyms. So, skyscraper, and what other word can be a synonym to this word? Send in the chat your ideas. What do you think? You can write the words, or maybe you can write the numbers or letters. I think I'm going to understand. I'm waiting to see your answers in the chat. Skyscraper, resident, outdoors, and capital. Local, metropolis, tower, and open air. I'm pretty sure that you're real professionals. Let's prove that. Skyscraper and tower. Well, you can see the first answers now, but don't forget about all the words, right? It's time to see the answers. Skyscraper and tower, that's right. Then outdoors and open air, these are synonyms. Then resident and local, that's true. And capital and metropolis. Look at these words one more time. These are synonyms. I'm pretty sure that you know these words. Right, well done, everybody. Time to move on to our vocabulary Q&A session. It's time for you to ask any questions about the words you had on the previous slides. Just go ahead, don't hesitate, and be active. Any questions you have, I'm here to answer them. Any vocabulary questions about the meaning of the words, or maybe the spelling, or anything you need. But if you don't have any questions, then just simply send that you have no questions. I'm waiting for your replies in the chat. No questions from Vladislav. Okay then, but other people? Let me know that you have no questions, or maybe if you have some, then send them in the chat. Okay. Please, everybody, send me the information if you have or don't have the questions. You forgot the word, but it was under the passport. There was another word that you had under the passport. It was self-confident. I'm gonna write this. Um, the word self-confident, it means that that's the person who is always sure that he or she knows everything, and he or she is open to new things, like maybe for traveling. That's why we have the passport there. And also, this person knows that he or she can do everything. Mhm. All right, then. Hope that it helped you. And then it's time to move to our next thing. And it's time for some special phrases with the words. And today's word is home. Now let's see what words we've got here, what phrases. There's no place like home. Make yourself at home and be home and dry. Let's start and see what it means. There's no place like home. It means that your home is a special place. And even if you go somewhere, you still think that your home is the best, it's special, and you want to be there. What about the example? The holiday was great. Still, there's no place like home. So it means that, yeah, it was cool. Being there was great. But I still think that there's no place like home. And for me, my home is the best. Right then, make yourself at home. What about this one? It means make yourself comfortable. When we are at home, we feel comfortable, we feel very well. And if the other place is new for us, we also want to feel well. And here is the example. Make yourself at home. Can I get you a drink? So your friend comes to your place and you're saying, make yourself at home. Just feel well, feel comfortable. My home is your home for this period of time. And maybe I can get you a drink even. And be home and dry. Have successfully completed something as a project or activity. You can see the picture here. This person is home and dry. And what about the example? I just need one more source for this essay and then I'll be home and dry. So one more source and then you finish everything and you complete it successfully. It's like your achievement and then you are home and dry. Right, one more time. There's no place like home. That your home is a special place. Then make yourself at home, make yourself comfortable, and be home and dry. Have successfully completed something as a project or activity. All right, guys, I want you to pick one phrase now. Choose one phrase and write one sentence with this phrase, the phrase that you like most. There's no place like home, or make yourself at home, or be home and dry. Choose something and write your sentence, any sentence you like, about this phrase in the chat. I'm going to read your answers. Just send them. So, one more time. Your task is to choose one phrase from these three phrases. There is no place like home, make yourself at home, or be home and dry, and write one sentence with this phrase. You can see some examples. Maybe this can help you. All right, guys, I'm waiting for your phrases. I can't see them yet. I've been everywhere, but there's no place like my home. Yeah, well done. Then, well done, Veronica. Maria, I travel a lot, but there's no place like home. That's right. Okay, good job. Okay, what about others? You can send your sentences too. I'm gonna read them. I traveled a lot, but these places could not be compared with home. Yeah. And by the way, Diana, you can add something like I traveled a lot, but these places could not be compared with home because there's no place like home. Okay, guys. Well done, everybody. Thank you for your answers there. When I finish this lesson, I'll be home and dry. Okay, cool. Nice work. Okay, then maybe some other ideas that you have. I'm gonna read them. All right, so now it's time to sum up everything one more time. There's no place like home. Your home is a special place. Make yourself at home, make yourself comfortable, and be home and dry. Have successfully completed something as a project or activity. Yay, well done. And now, guys, is our fun time, fun part. I hope that you really like gaming as this guy because now we're going to play Kahoot. So please take your phones, prepare your phones. You need your phones. So please send plus in the chat if you have your phone with you. Because we're going to play. Send plus in the chat if you have your phone with you. I'm gonna wait a little bit for your pluses. Okay, yeah, Danila has his phone. Nice. But we need more people. Vladislav has his phone with him. Cool. Now I don't have a phone. Then Anastasia, you can write the answers in the chat, okay? Guys, if you don't have a phone to play this game, just write your answers in the chat. Okay, Nika has a phone. So one more time, if you have a phone, that's fine. That's really cool. But if you don't have your phone with you, it's not a problem. Just write in the chat. Okay, guys, it's time to start. I really hope that you know how to play Kahoot. But anyway, I'm gonna explain everything. So you can see me for a while. And let's start. It's time to our Kahoot game. And we're loading our Kahoot about present simple. And yeah. So guys, the game is loading. And now you need to visit this website. I'm gonna send this in the chat too. go to that link, follow the link, okay? And then type the game pin. So if you open this link, it's gonna be like this. And then you enter the game pin and you can, I can see the first person there. Waiting for the players. Ooh, nice name. So how to play Kahoot? You have your phone with you. Yep, you have your phone. And you can see the tasks on my screen. Then on your phone, you can see your different colors. And then you read everything on the screen. And after that, you click on your phone to choose the correct answer. 6 people there, but I hope that others will join too. So guys, join. And you can send plus in the chat that you are ready to play. I'm gonna wait a little bit more. So join, please. We're starting the game. I'm gonna get a countdown for 10 seconds. 7 people here. Oh, it's like not good for you. Okay then. So let's start. Hope that you are ready to play. Let's see how well you know the present simple tense. Let's start. Oh, someone left. If you cannot join, then just write your answers in the chat. If you cannot join, write your answers in the chat. So it's time to start. The present simple tense. So that's when we use it. We use the present simple for facts and permanent states, general truth and laws of nature, habits and routines, and timetables and programs. Let's start. I ate my dinner at 8 o'clock. So guys, it's eat. Okay. It's eat because you have I. Then next. My brother, the newspaper every morning. It's reads because my brother it's he, and then you have s ending here. Yeah, Anastasia, I can see your answer. That's right. Cool. Next question. That's for double points. Place the answers in the correct order. You have 10 more seconds to answer. All right then. Okay, guys, you can do it. Mr. Salim gets a plate. Choose the correct answer here. Don't, doesn't, never, or didn't. Yeah, Anastasia, the Earth moves around the sun. That's right. Okay, Mr. Salim never gets up late because here we have gets, and it means that we cannot use don't or doesn't with this form because it's the form affirmative form. Like you cannot use doesn't with gets. Okay, the meal is at the first place here. Cool. What time you usually go to work? And here, guys, you need to type your answers. Type. But please be attentive with the time. You need some time for this. And be attentive that you're playing for time. So be faster. Uh, the correct answer is do. Guys, you need to be a little bit faster. Yeah, Anastasia, I can see your answers here. Cool. Then, water more quickly in the sunshine. Evaporates, evaporate is evaporating or evaporated. Two answers only, guys. You need to hurry. Evaporates. Well done. Okay, good. We change a little bit. Okay, nice. Next. We use the present simple for general truth and laws of nature. Is it true or false? Time to finish. Try to be faster. Well, actually, yes. General truth and laws of nature. The earth is round, yeah, or the water boils. So that was correct. Okay, one more. The sun ray, 8 minutes to reach the earth. Takes, take, took is taking. So finish quickly. We have 10 seconds left. It steaks. Daniel is at the first place. Nice. Okay then. Romeo and Juliet, a famous play. Are, were, is, or was. Only one answer. Two answers. Try to be a little bit faster. It is. Because Romeo and Juliet, it's one play. It's not like people. Okay, guys? Two more questions. And we're finishing. Teachers to be patient and calm. Needs, need, needed, or is needing. Teachers. What about teachers? And the answer is need, because you have teachers. It's in plural. Teachers need to be patient and calm. And that's this question, guys, is open-ended. You just write your answer. What do you usually do in your free time? Just your answer. Okay, so what are the answers? Doesn't, but the question is, what do you usually do in your free time? So it's our podium. Let's see our winners. So here they are, our winners. Congratulations. And our winner for today is Daniil. But those who didn't play in with the phone, your results in the chat are also cool. So well done, guys. Good job. All right then. And now, guys, it's time for us to finish our webinar actually. And now let me show you the answer to our first task. And this correct shadow was shadow B. Shadow B. So if you had B, that's correct. So it's time to finish. It's time to say goodbye. And today we worked really well with the grammar about the present simple and also the vocabulary. That's why thank you for your work. Thank you for being active. Don't forget about your homeworks, and next webinar will be next week on Friday. See you then.